Have you ever wondered why some people enter your life for only a brief moment, yet leave a mark on your heart that never fades? Why does one person make you feel deeply loved, while another brings pain that seems impossible to forget? Have you ever looked back at a relationship and quietly asked yourself, why did my soul meet this person? Perhaps you have experienced the joy of unconditional love, the heartbreak of betrayal, or the loneliness of watching someone you cherished walk away. Maybe you still carry memories of someone who changed your life without even realizing it. What if none of these meetings were random? What if every person who has crossed your path was placed there for a sacred reason? Imagine that every connection, whether it brought happiness or sorrow, was carefully woven into the design of your spiritual journey. Just as every point in a beautiful geometric pattern has its perfect place, every soul you meet becomes part of a divine blueprint created to help you grow in wisdom, compassion, and love. Today, we will explore the hidden geometry of love and discover how every relationship, every encounter, every goodbye, and every reunion gently guides your soul toward a deeper understanding of itself and a closer relationship with the divine. Many people spend years asking the same painful question: why do I keep attracting the wrong people into my life? Some relationships begin with excitement and hope, only to end in disappointment and heartbreak. Others slowly drain our energy until we no longer recognize the joyful person we once were. Sometimes the deepest wounds come not from strangers but from the people closest to us, our family, our friends, or someone we truly loved. After enough painful experiences, it becomes easy to believe that life is unfair or that we are simply unlucky in love and relationships. But spiritual wisdom invites us to look beyond appearances. It gently reminds us that every relationship acts like a mirror. A mirror does not create our face, it simply reflects what is already there. In the same way, the people we meet often reveal hidden fears, unhealed wounds, forgotten strengths, or untapped love that already exist within us. The real pain is not only what others do to us, but our unwillingness to see what the experience is trying to teach our soul. Life has a quiet way of repeating the same lessons through different people until we finally understand them. When we stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What is this experience trying to awaken within me?" the path to true healing finally begins. Why does this happen? Why do certain people appear in our lives at exactly the right moment, while others leave just as quickly as they arrived? From a spiritual perspective, nothing happens without meaning. Every soul carries an invisible energy shaped by countless thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and choices. This energy quietly influences the people and experiences we attract into our lives. Imagine standing in a room filled with mirrors. Wherever you look, you see another reflection of yourself. Relationships work in much the same way. They reflect not only our kindness and love but also our fears, insecurities, expectations, and hidden emotional wounds. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that our thoughts are living forces, constantly shaping our inner and outer world. When we hold on to fear, we often encounter situations that invite us to overcome that fear. When we cultivate compassion, patience, and inner peace, we naturally begin attracting people who resonate with those same qualities. This is not a reward or a punishment. It is the gentle way the divine helps us grow. Every encounter, whether joyful or painful, becomes an opportunity to awaken a higher level of awareness. Instead of asking why life has brought a certain person into your path, try asking what part of your heart is being invited to heal, strengthen, or expand. Often, the answer to that question becomes the beginning of your deepest transformation. Now let us go even deeper and explore the invisible thread that connects every soul we meet. Have you ever met someone for the very first time, yet felt as though you had known them forever? Or perhaps you instantly felt a sense of discomfort around someone without any clear reason. These experiences often cannot be explained by logic alone. Spiritual wisdom teaches that every soul carries impressions from past actions, past experiences, and lessons that are still waiting to be completed. This is what we call karma. Karma is not a punishment sent by God, nor is it a sentence that traps us forever. It is simply the law of cause and effect, guiding the soul toward greater wisdom and balance. Some people enter our lives because love was left unfinished. Others return to help us learn forgiveness, patience, courage, or compassion. Every meeting has a purpose, even if we cannot see it in the moment. Yet karma does not control every choice we make. Destiny may introduce someone into our life, but our response to that relationship creates our future. Each act of kindness, each moment of forgiveness, and each conscious decision made with love begins to transform old karmic patterns into new possibilities. When we respond with awareness instead of fear, we stop repeating the past and begin creating a future filled with greater peace, freedom, and spiritual growth. How can you recognize that a relationship is shaping your spiritual evolution? The signs are often much quieter than we expect. Think about the people who have had the greatest impact on your life. Perhaps there is someone you still remember years after they have gone. Maybe a single conversation changed the direction of your life, or a painful goodbye forced you to discover a strength you never knew you possessed. Sometimes you may notice a pattern repeating itself. You meet different people, yet the same emotions keep appearing. Perhaps you continue attracting those who do not appreciate your kindness, or you find yourself facing the same conflict in different relationships. Life is not repeating these experiences to make you suffer. It is gently inviting you to learn a lesson that your soul is ready to understand. One of the clearest signs of spiritual growth is that, instead of blaming others, you begin asking what each experience is teaching you. You become less dependent on approval and more connected to your inner peace. You learn to forgive without forgetting the wisdom the experience has given you. Even the people who caused you pain may have awakened your courage, your self-respect, or your faith in God. When you begin seeing every connection as a teacher rather than an enemy, your heart becomes lighter, your mind becomes clearer, and every relationship becomes a step toward spiritual awakening. The moment we begin to heal is the moment we stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and gently begin asking, "What is this experience trying to teach my soul?" This simple shift in perspective can transform even the deepest pain into a doorway for spiritual growth. Healing does not mean pretending that the hurt never happened, nor does it mean allowing others to continue causing harm. True healing begins when we choose peace over bitterness and understanding over resentment. One of the most powerful practices is to spend a few quiet minutes each day in silence, allowing your heart to rest in the presence of the divine. As your mind becomes still, you begin to see your relationships with greater clarity and compassion. Practice forgiving those who have hurt you, not because they were right, but because your own heart deserves to be free from the weight of anger. At the same time, learn to set healthy boundaries with kindness and self-respect, understanding that love does not require you to sacrifice your inner peace. Express gratitude for every person who has entered your life, even those who brought difficult lessons, because each one has helped shape your character and deepen your wisdom. As you nurture love within yourself, you naturally attract relationships that reflect that same peace, compassion, and spiritual harmony. As we reach the end of this journey, we discover perhaps the greatest truth of all: every relationship in our lives is temporary, but the love and wisdom it awakens within us can last forever. Parents, friends, partners, children, and even strangers all become part of our story for a season. Some stay for many years, while others leave after only a brief encounter. Yet no connection is ever truly wasted. Every smile, every tear, every reunion, and every goodbye gently shapes the soul into something more compassionate, more patient, and more awake. The deepest purpose of love is not to possess another person but to help us remember the infinite love that already exists within us. No human being can completely fulfill the longing of the soul, because that longing is ultimately a call to return to the divine. Every relationship becomes a sacred bridge leading us closer to God, teaching us to love without fear, to forgive without conditions, and to serve without expecting anything in return. When we begin to see every connection through this higher understanding, resentment slowly transforms into gratitude, confusion gives way to peace, and our hearts recognize that nothing in life has been accidental. Every soul we have met has helped guide us, step by step, toward awakening to our true nature as children of the divine, created to live in love, wisdom, and inner freedom. As we come to the end of today's journey, I invite you to sit quietly for just a moment and reflect on the people who have touched your life. Think of someone who brought you great joy, someone who challenged you, or someone whose presence changed you forever. Instead of focusing only on the memories, ask yourself this simple but powerful question: what lesson did my soul receive through this connection? You may discover that even your greatest heartbreak carried the seeds of your deepest spiritual awakening. Remember, every relationship is a sacred part of your journey, gently guiding you toward greater wisdom, compassion, and a closer relationship with the divine. If today's message spoke to your heart, I would truly love to hear from you. Please share your thoughts in the comments and tell me which relationship has taught you the most important lesson in your life, or what insight from today's video touched you the deepest. Your story may become the encouragement someone else needs today. If you found peace, comfort, or inspiration through this message, please consider subscribing to the channel, gently share this video with someone who may benefit from it, and let me know in the comments what spiritual topic or life question you would like us to explore together in the next video. Until we meet again, may your heart remain filled with love, your mind remain peaceful, and your soul continue walking toward the divine light. Jai Gurudev.